Worship in Heaven and Why on Earth It Matters. Let me be really candid. I don't think there will be many people that will be indifferent toward this book. Either you'll love it or you'll hate it. And even if you're one of those that really like it, you may feel like I'm pretty regularly stepping on your toes as you read. You know, when I started this project, I didn't set out to write a book. I was looking at the various glimpses that we get of worship in the book of Revelation in heaven. And as I read those glimpses over and over in different translations, I began to write a story, something that would depict in our culture what the Apostle John saw almost 2,000 years ago. I thought, you know, I would just write a nice story and maybe post it on our website or something. But as I tried to imagine those scenes, it dawned on me how different those scenes are from what we experience here on earth. Jesus said that we should pray, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And since worship appears to be the primary activity of heaven, then that prayer, at least in part, is about worship. So I started to consider, what are the differences between earthly worship and heavenly worship? And just as important, I began to wonder, how could we move closer to that heavenly pattern that's depicted in the book of Revelation? That's really how Worship in Heaven and Why on Earth It Matters came to be written. But like I said, I think people will either love it or they'll hate it. A.W. Tozer said this: "A church that can't worship must be entertained, and men who can't lead a church to worship must provide entertainment." Whoa, that statement was made more than 50 years ago, but it is far more relevant for the church today than I'd like to think. This book isn't about contemporary versus traditional worship. In fact, I think it might make some people in both of those camps upset. Really, this book is about biblical worship. Worship in Heaven and Why on Earth It Matters. I'm hoping it rocks your world in reading it as much as it did mine in writing it.